Hey guys, what's up? Lewis here. How you guys doing? So Gildo is still getting ready, so I decided to do a quick tour here of the upper decks of the Disney Wish to show you guys how amazing this is without any people. So for starters, as you can see, the top decks here have pools. Unlike the other ones which had all the pools basically on one deck, this one had it split up probably among the top 3 decks. And smaller pools like this one, you had Daisy's pool and you had another pool on the other side. But right in front of it, you had Minnie's pool, which is a big pool here pointing towards the big screen TV, which was awesome. Now, the sound of the movies was like in surround sound, which was really cool. Here's another one that was on the upper deck, which was Pluto's pool, and you can see there's like a little waterfall there. You can lean against those rocks and enjoy the water coming down. And then going up on one more level, we had Goofy's pool on one side, and on the other side we had another pool. So there was pools all over the place, which made it awesome. And you can do what we like to call pool hopping. Now the upper decks, of course, just like the other boats, they were for adults only. Certain areas were for adults and certain areas they did allow children. But for example, deck 13 here was actually for adults only. And it's more like a quiet area for if you want to just get away from kids and stuff like that. And there was a couple of bars and other stuff, and even some smoking sections that we'll see later along the road. It was nice. We never really actually went to those areas, but it was nice to have. Here's one from the adults areas, literally in the back of the boat, which is a quiet cove, which is an infinity pool. Look how cool this is. And it had this big jacuzzi followed by 2 smaller ones on the side. And of course you had a bar up there. In this case it was the Cove bar. You can get all types of drinks, which was amazing. Gilda, of course, tried a couple of things here and she was not disappointed. Again, look at this view. How cool is this? Now strolling along to the other sides, here are the 2 smaller pools that were on the sides of the Cove pool. As you can see, pretty easy to get in and out, and it's got a nice little chair. Then there was another deck, actually some stairs going up another deck, deck 15 here. A really small area. Basically, this is what I was calling the smoking section and the non-smoking section. This here on the right hand side was the non-smoking section. And then on the other side was actually the non-smoking section. And it was funny because they even had ashtrays and stuff like that available in case you didn't, you needed an ashtray or 2. Okay, going back to deck 12, we actually have the Toy Story Splash Zone, which is the kids area, which is amazing. Look at this. This is so cool. And I love it. It's so colorful, so poppin', and the water is, splashing all over the place. It's not deep, so it's great for the little ones if you're taking them on your trip. Very awesome. And of course, on that level as well, you had another pool, which was great, and a bunch of chairs also, so you can just lounge there and watch your kids playing in the splash zone, which is amazing. Look how cool little Zurg looks. I love it. But as I mentioned before, another pool here on that deck, which is Trixie Falls. And again, a little nice waterfall. You can just sit there and have the water falling on you, which is so cool. Again, you can do the pool hopping, which we did, which was amazing. It was so funny to hop along the pools. It was just so relaxing, to be honest with you. And then going up a couple of more decks. These decks back here are kids friendly, so the kids can go up to these decks. That there wasn't a sign that says that they couldn't. But again, I could be wrong. And you can see here a bunch of spaces, a bunch of pool chairs. You can sit here and lounge. Look how beautiful this is. How cool. Now this was the top deck, which is the one of the highest ones. Here's the Currents bar. This one I'm almost sure it wasn't allowed for kids. But strange enough, on that pool, on that deck, they also had the Chip and Dale pool. So I suspect it is available for kids since you do have the life preservers over there. And again, plenty of seating, which was really cool. And you got those waterfalls. Here are the horns of the Disney Wish, which is amazing. Now, you heard it on our kickoff party, and there's another time where we'll hear some nice songs where it actually plays the song from Cinderella, which is really cool. Now, down here, this is the concierge level, which obviously you have to be, you know, a concierge status to be able to visit this area. Basically, you can see the chairs are a bit more you know, padded and a more fun stuff. Now, what I did find strange is that those chairs are actually pointing to the other direction. I personally would have liked to be looking out into the ocean, but again, that is just me. Now, moving into the inside, we're going to show you what is the 1923 restaurants. There's two of them on deck 3. On the left hand side, the Walt Disney one, and on the right hand side, the Roy Disney. And basically they're very similar, but I guess they have different types of you know, props inside for you to see. In this case, here we have Beauty and the Beast props and a bunch of other props from Wish and some other stuff. It was amazing, and they both pretty big areas, to be honest with you. Now, like all boats, you do rotate among a couple of dining rooms. In our case, we did dine in this place the first night in 1923. But if you are concierge level, the first day you actually are able to have lunch in this place. For the other people, you go to some of the other ones like Arendelle or the buffet options. And on the walls, they had tons of props and the windows so you can see outside of the ship, which was really cool. We loved it. We had a really nice time at this restaurant. And look at all the paintings and the cells from the, you know, ideas and stuff that they've done for the movies. And again, the service here was delicious. Again, the service here was amazing. Now, hopping over to the other side, which is Roy Disney, you guys are going to see it's pretty similar on the inside. But I want to go ahead and give you a quick tour and walk around so you guys can see how it looks without any people in it. And again, tons of props from movies, tons of things, concept arts, you know, models, color samples, black and white sketches, you name it. It was really cool to see all the stuff. And according to the website, there's almost 1,000 props between these two locations, which is pretty impressive. Among the stuff that you see when you walk in, from the stuff on the walls, from the stuff outside in the lobby, which was really cool also to see. These places were just, you know, awe-inspiring and just so cool to see all the little details. Definitely, you guys will enjoy if you do the visit here to 1923, no matter what side you do, if it's the Roy or the Walt side. Okay, moving on to some of the other halls, we saw these amazing rugs that were hanging on some of the walls on deck 3, which was really cool to see. Here you got the princesses coming out for the royal gathering, which was a reservation only, where you can go in and set some times where then you and your you know, party can have some time with the princesses. Again, you reserve that through the app. Here is Arendelle, which is where we had our first lunch as soon as we boarded the Wish. And you do have here dinner on, if I'm not mistaken, the second night, which we did. And look at this. This looks amazing. Now, there's a little bit more detail of the entrance and of the place on the previous video. So to not take up much time on this video, I'll just include it on that one. But just to give a quick highlights of some of the stuff that was in Arendelle was amazing. The details, the walls, the painting, everything was just spot on. Now on the third night, you do have dinner in which is Marvel, and here you actually basically play part of the adventure that is going on. Don't want to ruin it too much, but as the entrance, you have these two pretty big murals of, you know, of the characters, and then followed by a really long hall here, which will take you to the dining room. It was really cool and great for photos. And here, for example, you see Spider-Man and Captain Marvel, a couple of other ones, which is really cool. So definitely, if your kids are Marvel fans, you guys are going to love this place. It really set a different tone from what you usually see from the Disney stuff, from all the princesses, from what we saw being on the Disney Wish. So again, let's go ahead and walk down this hallway so you guys can see what's inside. And right there you got the menu and the big marble sign, and it's pretty cool. There's a lot of action going on once the meal starts, but I don't want to ruin it, and I'll save it for the video later once I show you the dinner that we have there on the third night. Now, one of the cool things of this area of the Avengers is that actually Spider-Man does come out. It's not a real full-blown meet and greet. I think for that there's actually a separate event that you could actually, if I'm not mistaken, pay for. But in this case, after the action happens on all the TVs, he does come out and does a quick walk by everybody and says hi. Some of the other areas, obviously, around the boat include the Untangled Salon, which is, you know, haircutting salon, and there's also just as the other boats, you have what is Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, which is for the children's in case you want to, you know, dress them up with pixie dust. And they obviously right there you can get the costumes and of Anna and Elsa and all the other characters, which is just really cool. So if your little one likes that, this is the place to go to. Now make sure you do your reservation early. Now, walking around the ship was amazing. The rugs and everything, a bunch of references to Cinderella, which was amazing. Now, moving on to some of the other lounges, you had, for example, a Luna Lounge, which they did a bunch of trivias and a couple of other live stuff interacting with the guests. Now, just like the other ships, they do have a spa as well as a fitness area, in this case, Senses Fitness. And if you're a person who likes to work out while you're on a cruise, well, good, go for it. Here's the area of the Disney Wish. Lots of towels, hot towels as well, fresh fruit, water, you name it. So they're fully stocked, so you can just walk in and do your thing. A lot of machines here that you can use with great views out to the open water, which is really cool to always see. And they did have an area of some free weights as well. Not something a lot, but it is something that is handy, you know, at least to get your workout while you're on the cruise. And the machines, they have that as well. If you're more of a machine person, tons of machines to work all area of the body. And also over here, they have bicycles and areas as well as somewhat multi-machines. Like here, as you can see here, they got, you know, chest, shoulders, all the other goodies. And right there next to the mirror, they have a couple of more free weights as well. Now they do have a fitness studio, I guess, which is where they do some of the classes. And you can see on the top, you have like some connections there to do some stretching is what I'm suspecting. A lot of mirrors, TVs and stuff like that, so when the class is going on, you can see what you're doing. Yoga mats are provided, as well as the balls to do the abs, towels as well. And here you can see, right when you get out of Senses, you got this amazing view, in this case, of Castaway Cay. Now, one of our favorite places, which we actually did a separate video, was here, Inside Out Joyful Sweets, which is from the characters of Inside Out, and they have gelatos and a bunch of other really good tasty treats. And for that, we'll leave a full tour and a description of the ice creams that we had on a separate video. It was so good that we ended up going twice. Look at this, so many options. And of course, you can always go with their sundae and try the challenge and see if you can finish it like we did. Okay guys, so that's a wrap up of the stuff that I was able to show here for you guys on the upper decks of the Disney Wish. Hope you like it. Now make sure you keep on checking out our channel for more additional videos of this cruise, as well as the other cruises that we've done throughout the years. Stay awesome guys, see ya.